Welcome, dear listeners. Are you ready to delve into the darkness once again? From inexplicable paranormal encounters to unsettling mysteries that remain unsolved, we've heard it all in our past 2 seasons, haven't we? But rest assured, the chills are far from over. In fact, we're just beginning to scratch the surface of the unknown. In Season 3, we've gathered a bone-chilling collection of tales that will test the boundaries of your imagination and question the reality you think you know. So, as we take this next step into the shadows together, I want to extend a warm thank you to our loyal listeners who have journeyed with us so far, and a hearty welcome to the newcomers who have just stumbled upon our dark little corner of the internet. Remember, there's no turning back now. Once you've peered into the darkness, it peeks back at you. So, turn down the lights, put on your headphones, and let the stories unfold. And, of course, remember to breathe, it can get rather unnerving. Welcome to Season 3. What on earth just crossed my mind? How would I even know? The only fact I remember about that particular moment is that I chose not to listen to Edlin. They all kept on saying the same words, at the exact same time, controlled by a power that beat my wild imagination. Long live RedEye, master of the craft, shepherd of souls. Edlin told me that I was the only one he could not control. However, I found myself attracted, curious and driven by the need to understand what I was witnessing. As the sounds of the drums influenced the rhythm of my heartbeat, I followed them, invaded by a dread that rose at each step forward. When I finally reached the square, the scenery terrorized me so much that I ran and hid behind a truck, hoping he did not see me, while the villagers advanced towards the entity that summoned them. "Souls of the Midway Realm," he said with his deep yet tender voice, slightly altered by his mask. His appearance left no doubt about his identity. RedEye, the one behind the blackout phenomenon, the enemy, stood in the middle of an estrade, with an attire totally covering his skin. He wore a black and gold ceremonial cloak embroidered with interlaced circles, and there was one big symbol resembling a compass, on the chest area. The nemesis face was hidden behind a golden mask with sealed facial features, except for a third open eye on the forehead through which a bright red light shone. On his left and right sides, stood the decomposing corpses of a man and a woman, their eyes devoid of any light, dressed with black cloaks, each of them beating drums. RedEye lifted one hand up for about 2 seconds, and the drumming stopped, along with the villagers walking towards him, even those who had not yet reached the square. Souls of the Midway Realm, it is once again time for the annual harvest. We have come a long way and are getting closer to the achievement of our dream and goal. For this covenant, many sacrifices have been made, a lot of blood has been shed, and this day, only one last obstacle stands in our way. In my immense kindness, I promise to handsomely reward whoever brings the Outlander alive to me, he said calmly, his calm and reassuring voice contrasting with his dark intentions. Once again, he lifted his hand up for a short time, and I saw my entire family joining him on the estrade. "I know that you can see me, Outlander, or at least you can hear me. Come to me. Do not fear anything, just come to me, if you want your family to stay alive. Death shall be the punishment for anyone who breaks the covenant." The last words stunned me like a bomb explosion. I froze, my eyes widened and riveted on my family. It took me at least 10 seconds to realize that RedEye had released his spell after his speech. The villagers' eyes returned to the previous white shining light, and they would surely resume their hunt for me. As soon as my senses returned too, I hid under the truck, surrounded by all those souls who just received a clear order from the enemy. I trembled under the vehicle, without any shred of an escape plan, or how to save my family, and remained there for what seemed like hours, just watching feet of people walking in various directions. Nevertheless, my hiding place turned out to be the perfect spot to eavesdrop on the most unbelievable conversations. Discussion 1 with science as a topic. Soul A, such a wonderful achievement. When did you invent it? Soul B, well, after 5 years of failures and research, I finally found the right formula in 1879. Soul A, wonderful. Discussion 2 between 2 sportsmen. Soul A, and played on a rectangular field. Played it up to 1968. It is called soccer. Soul B, soccer. A strange name for a strange entertainment. In my time and my land, we only had gladiators, I was one of them. Soul A, you were a gladiator. Hey, you died during a fight, didn't you? Conversation 3 between two sick individuals. Soul A, well, I don't really remember, but I'm sure I killed over 30 of them. Cooked and ate most of them. Soul B, 30. Low score buddy. I killed exactly 79, only blondes. Got caught before I could hit 80. Got fried in 1980. Ironic, huh? And you? When did they get you? Soul A, me? Never got caught. That's the bonus of low score, like you said. Such a shame you got fried, wonder what you tasted like though. They both laughed. Very funny indeed. Somebody then crashed on the floor all of a sudden, right next to the truck. I do not know who or what dropped him there, and especially who or what mangled his body. It was Mr. Pavel, a friend of my father. He noticed me hiding, and smiled viciously through his agony, trying to say a word and point at me. I shook my head, begging him not to do it, my heart about to explode in my chest. Before he could doom me, the white light in his eyes disappeared and one more villager had expired. As soon as the opportunity arose, I got out from under the vehicle and ran towards the nearest building. I looked around and ensured that nobody could see me hiding, then peeked in the direction I came from to confirm that nobody saw me running. However, when I turned, intending to proceed to Adelaide's house, I found myself face to face with Colin, a police officer. Paralyzed by fear, I stood immobile, waiting for him to shout and alert his fellow souls. Instead, the soft and worried voice of a very young boy resounded as soon as he spoke. "Have you seen my mommy and my daddy?" he asked. No. Sorry kid. I haven't seen them. Are you lost? Where did they leave you? I asked, clumsily and nervously. I don't really know. We were in the car. Mommy and Daddy were yelling at each other, and then, they screamed. And then, there was a big noise and, I woke up somewhere, but they were not there anymore. Said the little boy inside Colin. What a sad situation, I thought as I sighed. How would I explain death to such a little and innocent soul? Can you help me? He requested, obviously unaware that he was talking to the Outlander. What's your name? Carson. Listen Carson, I don't know, I can try. But first you have to give me that, I said, pointing at the gun in Colin's holster. He looked at the pistol, and almost gave me a heart attack when he just unholstered the weapon without precaution and handed it to me. I grabbed it, put it in the bag, and sighed in relief, but before I could say or do anything, I heard the word I will always hate till the end of my life. Outlander. Somebody shouted from afar. Fear overwhelmed me instantly, and I took off running, watched by an unfazed Carson, oblivious about everything that was happening. I think about it now that I am typing this and cannot help being sad and sorry, but my only objective at that moment was survival. Once again, I ran, taking random turns while ensuring that I was getting closer to Adelaide's house. Most, if not all of them, ran in the direction of the soul who shouted, while some of them jumped from roof to roof, roaring like tigers. Alternating between hiding and running, I made my way to Adelaide's house, unnoticed, until I reached her living room window. Suddenly, somebody opened it, seized me by the collar and yanked me inside. It was Edlin. I thought I told you to wait for me here. Why you teens never listen. She spoke while I gathered myself, not knowing what I could respond. You could have been caught and killed. Had a friend create a diversion for you. Killed. I thought RedEye needed me alive. I replied. Oh really? News flash hero. He ain't planning on keeping you alive, he just wants to kill you himself. If it means survival for my family, then so be it. I spoke after standing up. A moment of silence followed before Edlin broke it with a sigh. I understand, Terence. But remember, There are many more lives involved in this than just your family. I'm not letting my family die. You understand? I growled, on the verge of tears, my mind, emotions and feelings wrecked by a night that was turning more and more nightmarish. What would you do? I have a plan? But there's something I need you to do first, Edlin said calmly. A plan? What do we do? You're a human, Terence. I will keep watch until dawn, but in the meantime, sleep. You need it. Her words echoed in my mind with a relaxing effect. I needed to rest indeed. Aided by the sense of security provided by her presence, I fell asleep almost as soon as I lied down on the nearest couch. Reality soon reminded me that nowhere is safe during a blackout. It started with faint thumping sounds, loud enough to make anyone jump, especially in such circumstances. I woke up, and noticed that Edlin was absent. Edlin. I called, only getting silence for an answer. Forgetting that I had salt, I took out the gun from the backpack with no idea about how to use it. I was just ready to pull the trigger. I followed the sounds to a cupboard in Adelaide's bedroom. Its door had the symbol resembling a compass that I saw earlier on RedEye's ceremonial cloak. Upon opening it, I discovered the hidden entrance of a secret and very dark basement. The sounds came from there. All right, my friends, we've reached the end of yet another eerie journey through the shadows of Reddit's most chilling tales. I sincerely hope you found these stories as riveting and spine-chilling as I did. The world is full of mysteries, isn't it? Remember, if you've enjoyed today's exploration into the unknown, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share the podcast with your friends who also love a good scare. It's always more fun to explore the shadows together. A big heartfelt thank you to all of our subscribers, listeners and patrons out there. Your support is invaluable. It keeps the lights on here, and more importantly, keeps us delving into the eerie corners of the internet to bring you the best scary stories out there. If you've encountered any creepy occurrences or have your own chilling stories to share, don't hesitate to reach out to us via Subreddit Chronicles at gmail.com. We always love hearing from you, and who knows, your story might just feature in one of our future episodes. Until next time, keep your eyes open, your hearts brave, and your lights on. After all, you never know what's lurking in the shadows. This is your host, signing off. Stay safe and keep exploring the unexplored.